The story begins with a young girl whose name is Duel. She seems like an ordinary child, but her life is tied to something much bigger than anyone could imagine. From the very beginning, strange signs surround her existence, and soon it becomes clear that her destiny is connected to forces beyond human control. Duel grows up in a city that hides secrets. The people live under fear, and the government keeps everything under a watchful eye. Her mother often shouts at her, not because she doesn't love her, but because the pressure of survival weighs heavily on the family. One night, after another fight at home, Duel collapses onto her bed, unaware that her life is about to take a dangerous turn. In the city, a strange infection begins to spread. It's not a normal illness. It seals entire districts and consumes lives one by one. The authorities decide to lock down parts of the city, cutting them off completely to contain the outbreak. But whispers rise among the people that this infection is not natural. It may have been created, and it may have a purpose. During one of these terrifying days, Duel encounters a group of strangers who seem to know more than they should. They reveal that an operation is underway, an operation meant to capture and control. But when they try to involve her, forcing her into their plans, she resists. This resistance brings her into conflict with both sides, the authorities and the hidden rebels. As the days pass, Duel realizes something shocking. The infection is linked to a defective line of experiments. These experiments created altered people, half human, half something else. And now, those defective beings are trying to reclaim their place in the world. Among them is a boy, once human, now carrying powers he cannot control. Duel is stunned to discover that his fate is bound to hers. Fearing exposure, she flees through the city, always one step ahead of those chasing her. But her curiosity pulls her back. The next day, she secretly follows one of the defectives, tracing him all the way to his home. What she finds there changes everything. Instead of monsters, she sees a family, broken yet united, trying to survive in a world that rejects them. Moved by what she sees, Duel decides to stay close to them. Slowly, she begins working with the defectives, learning their stories and understanding their struggle. They aren't enemies, they are victims of a system that abandoned them. She swears to herself that she will help protect them, even if it means putting herself at risk. Her new life introduces her to something unexpected, a hidden white book. Inside are lists of names, the infected, the rejected, the forgotten. This book becomes a dangerous key, a piece of evidence that could expose everything. But for Duel, it also becomes a burden. She knows too much now, and people will kill to silence her. Soon men arrive at her door, appointed officials, hunters sent to find the truth. They corner her, demanding answers. Confused and terrified, she tries to run. The chaos throws her into the streets, and in the panic, she falls unconscious. When she wakes up, she is somewhere far away. She has been carried into a hidden world where the defectives gather, a place untouched by the government's control. They explain to her that she has a role, one only she can play. She must help them break free from the chains that hold them down, or their kind will be erased forever. At first, Duel refuses. She doesn't want this responsibility. She only wanted a normal life. But soon she sees the truth. If she does nothing, the city will collapse and countless innocent lives will be lost. From this moment, her life is no longer her own. She becomes a part of their mission. Together with the defectives, she begins working to destroy the systems of control, the very foundation of the infection. Their fight is not just survival, it is a war for freedom. And so, the story begins to unfold with Duel standing at the center. The government hunts her. The infected reach out to her. Strangers begin to recognize her face, and whispers spread that she may be the one to turn the tide. But in the shadows, forces stronger than anything she imagined wait for her. And every choice she makes will decide not just her fate, but the future of everyone in the city. Duel's days inside the hidden quarter reveal the truth about the infection. It wasn't an accident. It was a weapon, engineered by those in power to eliminate the defective people once and for all. But something went wrong. The infection began spreading beyond control, threatening even those who created it. Now the government is desperate to erase all evidence, and Duel has become a dangerous witness. One evening, a mysterious stranger approaches her. He claims to know her father's secrets that connect her bloodline to the experiments themselves. Duel refuses to believe him, but deep inside, doubt begins to grow. Why was she always different? Why did the defectives look at her with recognition, as if she belonged to them? The answer comes in the form of betrayal. A man she trusted lures her into a trap. He reveals that she is not just a witness, She is a key. Her DNA holds something that can either cure the infection or strengthen it beyond imagination. For this reason, both sides want her. The defectives see her as salvation, while the government sees her as a weapon. Blackmail begins. Officials threaten to expose her family, to destroy them unless she cooperates. They force her to use the blueprint of a machine, an old design meant to control the infection and bend the defectives to their will. Duel hates it, but she has no choice. With every step, she feels herself sinking deeper into a war she never wanted. The pressure breaks her when an attack strikes their hideout. The city's soldiers storm the quarter, armed with advanced weapons. Explosions light the sky, and defectives fight with everything they have. Duel barely escapes, rushing through collapsing buildings, smoke, and screams. For the first time, she sees how far the government is willing to go. They will burn the entire city if it means burying the truth. Among the flames, Duel makes a choice. She will no longer run. She will fight. Gathering what remains of the defectives, she convinces them to strike back, not for revenge, but for survival. Their target becomes the machine, the very core of control, hidden inside the government's tower. If they destroy it, the infection will lose its grip. If they fail, their people will vanish forever. The night of the final battle arrives. Under cover of darkness, they infiltrate the tower. Duel feels her heart racing, every step echoing like a drumbeat of destiny. Security forces close in, alarms scream, but they press forward. Together, they fight through halls of steel and light until they reach the chamber. There it is, the machine. Cold, massive, alive with power. But waiting for them is betrayal once more. The same man who had promised to protect Duel turns against her, revealing his loyalty to the government. He tries to seize her, demanding she activate the machine. "You were never free," he says. "You were made for this." Duel's answer is defiance. With the last of her strength, she fights him, drawing upon the hidden power that has always stirred inside her. For the first time, it bursts forth, not human, not defective, but something greater. Energy radiates through her veins as she shatters his control and turns toward the machine. The others hold back the soldiers as Duel steps forward. She places her hands upon the console, knowing that once she begins, there is no return. The machine hums, light surging, circuits screaming. She channels her power into it, not to control, but to destroy. The tower trembles as sparks fly, walls crack, and the machine collapses under her will. The explosion is blinding. For a moment, the city itself seems to stop breathing. When the dust clears, the machine is gone. The infection begins to fade, its grip broken at last. But the victory comes with a price. Many of the defectives lie dead, their sacrifice written in fire. Among them are those who once carried hope, now remembered only in silence. Duel survives, but she knows she is no longer the same. She has crossed a line that cannot be undone. The people look at her not as a girl, but as a symbol. The one who destroyed the machine, the one who ended the infection. Whispers call her savior, but she feels the weight of every life lost. As dawn rises over the broken city, Duel stands with the survivors. The government's power has shattered, its lies exposed. The defectives are no longer hidden. They are free to walk in the open, though scars remain on every street. Duel looks at the horizon, her eyes filled with both sorrow and strength. She understands that her journey has only begun. The infection is gone, but the wounds of division remain. If the world is to heal, it will need more than survival. It will need trust, courage, and unity. Her voice, steady and quiet, becomes the final note of the story. They tried to make me a weapon. They tried to make me a prisoner. But I chose to be something else. I chose to be free. And freedom is the only cure.